Responses, and they said to go ahead and keep doing the videos, so we're going to keep doing the videos. They said it was a little bit different and people seem to like it, so we're going to continue with that. It's Sunday, the second Sunday in January, and I woke up this morning with a lot of faith and a lot of hope just about the coming year. And I think maybe even tomorrow I'll kind of share what that really means to me, especially some of the things that are going on in my life today, why faith and hope is so important. But the discussion today will be about faith and hope. The second to the last chapter in my book, Half Black, Half White, Finding Me in My Place in America, I write about faith and hope. And I'm going to read out of that. I'm going to read out of that section today. You can get the book at Amazon.com. You can search Eugene Brooks or Half Black, Half White. Or you can go to my website at www.halfblackhalfwhite.com and you can pick up the book there. So the section is called Faith and Hope. The loss of either of these two incredibly powerful intangibles make a life not worth living. My personal bottom came for me when I felt I had neither one of these forces present inside of me. The years of disappointment and failure culminated on the street corner when I realized it didn't matter which direction I went. There was nothing for me. I was totally empty that day. I had nothing in the tank or the reserves. Today there's always something in the reserves. I could never go on empty again in life. Even when I forget to stop and refill my tank or wander too far from every refueling station, I always have enough to get back home. Faith and hope is the frame and engine of the vehicle that my life rides on today. It carries me through the storms of fear and a world that is unexplainable and difficult to see the good in at times. The faith in a God that has all the power and is in control of the entire universe, who is loving, caring, and has given my life purpose, and a belief that all is possible when you get your vehicle going in the right direction. Even in times when I sway off course, he still remains on board, despite how slow or fast I learn how to navigate this vehicle. I like that section. Sometimes when we're going through life, especially for me, is, I get so caught up, in my life and just being a selfish person. Because despite anything else, I'm going to be human. And being human, part of that is just being selfish, and I'm gonna sway off course, and sometimes it will take a lot longer for me to get back on course, but I can always get back on course because I have that faith and that hope. Really the whole book anyway really does talk about the faith, having faith and having some hope, because I can remember at a time when I had neither, and that's when I referred to being on that street corner, and that was the day that I decided to, that I needed to start making some changes. I had no idea it would change this much, but it did. That was the day, because I was totally empty. I had nothing left. But having faith and hope, even in the darkest of times, will at least give you something to hold on to. I always like to think about, like, if I'm falling from a cliff and I grab hold of just something, a rope or just something just to hold on to, and that faith and hope is that rope that you just hold on to. Just hold on to it and don't let go until the miracle happens. Until some type of divine interaction occurs and kind of grabs hold of you and lifts you back on solid ground. Because there are times when all you can do is just hold on, and that's what I would tell anybody, and that is going through something today, and they really feel like they just totally screwed it up, or there is nothing left, or they just don't see a way out. what I can say to them today is just hold on. Hold on until the miracle happens, because it will happen. And I always talk about miracles because I truly believe that they do happen, and I do believe that they happen every day. So for the people out there that is in despair, and even if you're not in despair and you're feeling good today, be grateful for that faith you do have and that hope that you do have in your heart. And the degree of happiness that you will be able to experience, is directly correlated to the amount of faith that you have. The degree of faith, the degree of faith that you have will be the degree of happiness that you will experience. The more faith that you have and the blinder your faith, the happier that you will become, because daily things and the selfishness will start to disappear, and your greed will start to disappear, and thoughts about you will start to disappear, and those thoughts will start turning to others. And then that's where the real happiness is. But the degree in which you have faith is the degree in which you will be happy. I'm sure my time is probably getting short, and it's probably a good time to stop. But I think that tomorrow we'll have a discussion, or maybe tomorrow the thought for the day will be on gratitude, because it's one of those other foundational blocks which you have to have in order to build your spirituality on. And for me, it's the keystone in the arch. It's something that if it's not there, then I'd be totally out of whack. I can't be faithful. I can't be hopeful. It's just hard to be everything if I'm not at least grateful. So when you go on about your day, and have a blessed day, and keep that faith and hope alive. And for the ones that are struggling today, just hold on as tight as you can until the miracle happens.